Fine.
You guys figure out first. Hey, pick on one mother.
Yeah.
Okay, we're now live. What's that fuzzy?
I just figured it was spider whatever.
It probably was. They're flitting around yesterday pretty good.
Huh?
You have your voice back?
Yep.
It still hurts to swallow things, but day to day,
Well,
I still can't do no heavy lifting because once I get done working hard and breathing hard, it starts to hurt worse.
Don't all them a potato chip, it'll be all
Mm.
it's brutal on
But I'm ready to potato chip, I'm going home, taking Tylenol.
Yeah.
Kids bounce back like that.
Yeah.
Adults, it's like, you're done.
Yeah, we always all.
guys would make ones with little sticks like Wile E. Coyote.
Thanks.
Oh, yeah, I kid you not, the nurse gave me 2 shots of fentanyl coming right out of the surgery.
Oh, man. Wow.
Jeez.
Oh, yeah, it was bad.
Mia was like, I can eat all the popsicles I can. Yes, best day ever. And she just ate.
Oh, after this, I don't wanna see another popsicle ice cream ever again. It's like my stomach turned like a different direction now. It's just, yeah, if I see like applesauce, yeah, I just don't want it.
Yogurt.
Yogurt.
All right, 7 o'clock.
I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Our Father in heaven, we thank you for granting us the privilege to meet tonight. We ask for your blessing, wisdom, and guidance as we conduct the business of the village. Amen.
Amen.
Oh.
Right, roll call.
Yoho,
Yes.
Mauer,
Yes.
Maple,
Here.
Co.
Here.
Percy,
Yes.
Fisher.
Yes.
No absent members, so, any discussion about March 9th regular meeting? If not, I need a motion to approve the minutes of the March 9th meeting.
Motion to approve the minutes of the March 9th regular council meeting.
Second.
Maple,
Yes.
Mauer. Yes. Percy,
Yes.
Co.
Yes.
Yoho,
Yes.
Fisher.
Yes.
And then, any discussion of the special meeting from March 11th? If not, I need a motion to approve the March 11th special meeting minutes.
Motion to approve the March 11th special council meeting minutes.
Second it.
Fisher,
Yes.
Co.
Yes.
Mauer,
Yes.
Yoho,
Yes.
Maple.
Yes.
Percy.
Yes.
I don't have any correspondence. There are no citizens here this evening. So moving on to the committee reports. Voting and property.
We talked about the spring property cleanup. So it's starting to warm up. Be out looking for things that need cleaned up in the village. The village cleanup day is April 18th. It begins at 8 a.m. until the dumpsters are full. The Boy Scouts will be there assisting us again, and we are thankful for that. And we will possibly do tires in the fall, but no tires this spring.
Community and business development.
We talked about a June 27th event that's being put together. It's a bike night, community party, so to speak, over at Burt Park. We're gonna have a couple of bands over there. There's gonna be also potentially karaoke for people, different rounds of events taking place, starting at 3 for the karaoke, 5 for the first band, 7 for the second. Food trailers, things for kids. There's going to be potentially a couple of swimming pools for kids to play around in the afternoon, end of June, beginning of July, hot. It's going to be a good night for the community, hoping to get a lot of people coming in. And the portions of the proceeds are going to be used to raise money for the Parks and Recreation.
Community revitalization. Oh, community relations.
Okay.
This be a town council meeting?
This is.
Sure.
All right, then.
Januzzi Ladies Club will be having their ladies' night out again after several years of not doing it. It will be May the 12th at 6 p.m. Ridgewood Middle School. The tickets are $25. There will be a limited number. They will be available at French Press, Statements, the Pallet Shop, and should be available next week. The chamber meets the fourth Tuesday of the month at 6:30 at the fire station. Community yard sales are May 1st and 2nd. We'll sign up April 14th through 28th at the library, Statements, and JB Smoke and Barbecue. Homecoming is July 23rd, 24th, and 25th. The fireworks is costing $12,000 this year. So anybody, individuals or businesses who would like to make a contribution can do that at Home Loan Savings Bank in the Chambers Fireworks Fund. WRWL is having their Lisa Flag project, and that's going on now. It is $30 before May 10th, $35 after that. Ticket or applications are available at French Press or at the Pallet Shop. And they are having a meeting this Wednesday, 6 p.m. here in the council chambers. As Adam said, April 18th will be Village Cleanup Day, 8 to whenever the dumpsters are full. The police department's Easter egg hunt is April the 3rd at 11 a.m. at the football field.
You remember. Straight.
He's just reminding you one more time.
I'm telling you, do not watch while I. The Freedom Train, which is part of the
American Secrets.
America 250, is going to be April 25th and 26th, which is a Saturday and Sunday. Leaves from Denison, various places. So come over and wave hello to everybody as they go by. And I think that is all.
Okay, revitalization.
Oh, well, revitalization met on the 16th. Unfortunately, that was the day we had snow and nobody showed up. So Jesse and I talked and then we went home. So,
Good time, good. Finance.
oh, finance met tonight and the year-end financial report is available for public review at the village office with Amy.
Okay. Ordinance.
Good evening. We spoke tonight about a couple possible solutions. I don't know. We're kicking some things around regarding our grant procedures and maybe avoiding that scary Twitter word of emergency to help eliminate some of the confusion that gets out to the public is telephone game. I was looking through ordinance 2023-23, the building and zoning codes. I found a couple discrepancies. I really didn't do anything to highlight it tonight. I have them highlighted and I will be sending those out for council to take a look at, review, and make sure I didn't miss anything or misread something. We also discussed tonight ordinance 2024-21, which regards the park usage. The biggest thing to remember with the park usage is our parks are always free to use at any time. The whole reservation policy is to ensure that you have your desired pavilion on the time that you want. You don't necessarily have to apply for that or, put in for it, but our parks are starting to book up pretty quickly. And that fee goes straight back into the park department or our park budget, so we can continue to improve our green spaces and make them a lot nicer. I mean, right now, honestly, Burt Park is about as nice as it's been since I can remember. But, if you want to, and I'm going to use this example, if you wanted to rent the gazebo one evening for a special dinner with your significant other, and you want to assure that there's nobody there and you have the right to that gazebo, then you come in and you talk to the ladies here and they will set you up and put you on the calendar. That just puts your spot on the calendar and we know that it's being used for that. If you choose not to, there's always a chance that somebody else can come in and say, hey, we have that reservation, or nothing happened at all. It's just more of, if you want that security in your planning of your events, it's there as that option. It's not like any of our police officers are going to go by and ask to see your permit for your pavilion or where you're sitting. That's not the case at all. It's just kind of in my head, a planning tool to help ensure that nobody's double booked or whatever. And with our parks continuing to grow, I foresee a lot more activity with our parks. This is very similar to what Lake Park and other surrounding parks do as well. Again, those parks are free to use at any time, but if you wanted to have a birthday party and rent the pavilion, then that's available. This is just to reserve your location for your event. And that is it.
Okay, planning commission local,
Nothing tonight.
planning commission county. Yeah, there was nothing that pertained to the village. It was all about lot splits out in the county, so.
Nothing.
Public safety.
We discussed the mosquito spraying contracts for 2026. Plainfield going to do for $300 per spray, and going to inquire with the Welker Edition and Block Acres if there's any interest for spraying in 2026.
Public works.
Oh, that is me. My apologies. Not feeling great. I had already turned over my paper that had my notes on it. So, excuse me, head's in a cloud. We have a resolution on books right now for replacement of the sewer line behind the council chambers. That was higher up on the urgency list due to the possible construction at the vacant lot here at the corner. We're now finding out that that lot is for sale again and no immediate construction in sight. So we're doing some discussions. We're going to talk with Vic Allen and see about maybe holding that money for possible match money for a broader project that's going to come available next year. So more to come on that one.
Okay. Records retention, nothing. Rules, nothing tonight. Fiscal officer.
Okay. Don't really have much tonight, but I'll touch on the legislation that's on the agenda. First is Resolution 2026-16, and this is the resolution that Jake just spoke to in regards to the repairs to the sanitary sewer line out back behind the administration office. So that'll receive its second reading, authorizing us to have that work done by Vic Allen. Resolution 2026-17 will also receive its second reading, and that is authorizing the police chief and myself to sign agreements with the Coshocton County Commissioners for IT services that they will provide for the police department for their Zerker computers. Resolution 2026-18 will receive its second reading, and that is to add funds into the fire fund $15,000 for them to purchase new equipment utilizing grant funding from the state fire marshal. And also $16,509.53 into the Drive to Succeed grant fund to finish utilizing that grant money. The deadline to expend that money is June 30th. So we need to have that appropriated. Next is Resolution 2026-20. That'll receive its second reading, and that is to establish a police fund for the accounting of their budgetary fund. Resolution 2026-21 will also receive its second reading, and that is authorizing the fire chief and myself to enter agreements with Atlantic Emergency Solutions to purchase the fire equipment that I mentioned in the adding funds resolution. Again, they had received grant funding from the state fire marshal to make that purchase. And that's all with the legislation, and bills have been passed around for approval. That's all I have tonight.
Solicitor, do you have anything tonight?
Got a couple emails about the opioid settlements you'll be receiving.
Aw.
Yeah, nothing free that would have been allotted to you. It's just too little for them to cash a check. And if they have a problem, you should call a Yost. Is it?
Village administrator.
Good evening. I just would like to address, remind everybody that Rumpke will pick up yard waste and tree limbs and things. If you bundle them, they have to be like a 3-foot bundles, but if you put them on your curb, they will pick them up. We don't have the capacity to go around and pick all those up for people. After storm events, we do help out and get limbs and things as we can, but we don't have any place to put any of that stuff anymore. And it is a good service that you can put out with your regular trash. I just wanted to remind everyone of that. And potholes are still in the works of being patched, and I know there's still new ones popping up.
Daily.
So they're trying to work around the weather and everything else that they've got going on. So they're still working on them. Just ask for patience there.
May I ask a question about the Rumpke?
Yes.
Is there a weight limit or something like that that people should be aware of?
No, not on that. They asked that they're in like, the sticks are like 3 feet long, and then they tie them in a bundle, and then it fits your maximum collection of 2 cubic yards a week is the max. That's the only limit.
Obviously,
people
they
put
don't
on.
put a bunch of bricks in a plastic bag and have it tear open.
Well, I was thinking of, larger pieces that.
Yeah.
I'd make sure that's.
Well,
I think-
yeah, it'd have to be somebody.
So,
I think a lot of times if you set a big chunk of wood out, somebody will come by and take it.
Yeah,
There's that too.
there are a lot of, people that want that wood for firewood too. So right around here in the village.
Maybe I can get the logs behind my house.
Mr. Pennington, we had the citizens' comments, but you weren't here yet, so if you'd like to step up.
I had trouble.
No worries.
Sorry about that, guys. All right, good evening, Mayor Tubbs and council members. My name is Michael Pennington, and I own property on 538 North George Street, but I live over in 600 Plainfield Road, apartment 305. Okay, I appreciate you guys for taking time to hear me out. The reasoning that I'm here this evening is to discuss the corruption within the police department itself. Okay, now my family's been a part of the community and the Cumberstown community for years. I'm related to the Bryants, the Woodbys. I myself was raised in West Virginia. I moved here under the assumption that this was a safe place. Okay, but I've been kind of proven wrong in recent months. Brandon Bishop has not only abused his power he has been given by discriminating against me openly. Because when I asked him if it was because it was racist or discrimination, he just nodded and shook his head. Not only that, he also falsified state documents, committed conspiracy on his own body cam, tried to coerce, pressure, intimidate myself into taking a plea deal just by he's sitting outside my apartment, just staring at me, which I've also got proof of that. Which I ended up taking the plea deal, which is another waste of taxpayers' dollars. I mean, you can't just be, sitting around gas and just, trying to get somebody to do what you want them to do. The Thursday after my hearing, he was next door, for over an hour, while he was on duty, not on call, not doing anything other than, hanging out with the neighbor girl, which is another show of waste of taxpayer dollars and community resources. If as a man he wanted to hang out with a woman, he should do it on his own time, not on our tax dollars and community time. I mean, I've submitted a formal incident report describing the discrimination and the abuse of power to internal affairs, but nothing seems to be done. And I'm not the only one. Okay. He's still on duty on force where someone like this man shouldn't be a peace officer. Other examples of negligence would be how, for example, Cheyenne Freeland's car got broken into. The assailants were apprehended, but then turned around and released. Okay. Leonard Davidson, Samantha Clark, for instance, if you guys heard about person with the weapon that was over there threatening in the complex area. Okay, they went to someone's home threatening them. All right. And like in safety, and the police just shrugged it off. My sister Deanna's car has been vandalized and her home has been broken into. And again, West Lafayette PD did nothing. A man named Jeff LaPluzza was arrested twice by Brandon Bishop for the same crime. Coshocton County Judge Francis had to apologize on behalf of West Lafayette PD. Now, as far as the conspiracy goes, this hard drive at the end of it shows him conspiring with the neighbors on how to get me evicted and how to get me arrested. All right. Now, I don't feel safe. I mean, I have a son here now, which is why I'm even in here instead of just going back to West Virginia or you're completely moving to a different county. But I do work and I do pay taxes. So I don't feel that he should be able to just harass me. And I don't feel like he should just be able to openly discriminate against somebody. Because he didn't deny it. He just crossed his arms and shook his head when I asked him about it.
Have you reached out to police chief and filled out a formal complaint here?
Yes, I filled out a formal complaint with Internal Affairs with Eckleberry.
With internal affairs or with the West Lafayette Police
With
Department?
West Lafayette Police Department, Captain Eckleberry. I sat in his office.
Okay,
I have the video of him sitting outside my apartment. Okay, like, none of this stuff is okay. I'm not saying that the whole bushel of apples is bad, because just because one bad negligent officer doesn't mean that they're all negligent. I've been here for about 12 years now. I've been here since Chief Steve and Morgan and Larry and Cody were on duty. Now, I'm 32 years old and I've never gotten any kind of trouble. Now, to avoid the situation I've gotten in, I had to take his plea deal, but I said no the first time around, which is when he wanted to sit in front of my apartment and then added a second charge, but the charge was the same and the victim was the same. Which I did take the plea deal because it was the only way to get it dismissed and my record expunged.
well, I guess I haven't seen the police report, so if you could fill out the police complaint, so that way I can take it to Captain or to Chief Eckleberry. He's not here tonight, but I can take that tonight. And we can have it notarized. Amy can notarize it for
And
you.
as far as falsifying documents, him himself in his own police report falsified the document. He put it in writing for me. And then I also have it, what I said exactly, word for word on video. which I don't know if you like the police report itself, but I have it here as well.
Well, I guess my point is, this isn't a court, so this isn't where we're going to hold that. So if you would like to file a
Yes,
complaint,
I would
like you
file another complaint.
I would like you to do that, and then we can go through the process that way. And then if we need to take further steps, we can go that direction. So,
Okay, well, I will file another complaint, and I appreciate you guys for hearing me out.
yeah,
You know, cause like I said, I've spoken to Eccleberry multiple times over this same exact officer. Valentine's Day, I went to the buffet in, New Philly, and then I ended up sitting right beside that very same officer. Okay, and then, Thursday after he was over here coercing with, what was it, 526 North George Street. She's a single mom that lives there, you know, like I said, well over there for an hour. But a day after that, then he's in my job. And I work in Sheets in New Philly.
I just want to say thanks for bringing your concerns here. It's going to be inappropriate for, to speak for myself, to ask any questions because it would put us in the position of investigating something that we have no recourse at the council's point to investigate. So being able to take your information and your evidence and provide that to the mayor and also maybe to the chief of police, let him look into it. Us not asking questions doesn't mean that we're going to be minimizing anything that you're saying. It's just that we're not in a place to be able to conduct an investigation through our chamber as they would be able to do through the internal process. So just to make you aware of that. So don't take any lack of questions as a lack of concern for your issues.
Okay, well, I appreciate that.
'Cause I'm very concerned about it. We'll have those, I'm sure there will be discussions and stuff afterwards. So, I mean, through the proper channels. But,
Okay.
You know, I'm allowed to say anything.
was that?
Speak up. You might want to say that.
Yes, sir.
And not to discredit anything that he's going through, but I can tell you, as an African American that works here, whether it was Coshocton or West Lafayette, and like I said, not to discredit anything you're talking about, but when you talk about something racial or prejudice, that's a whole nother level. I mean, I work here, I've never experienced, whether it was in Coshocton or West Lafayette, I've never experienced any type of discrimination or anything. Bishop trained me. You know, I feel like he gave me all the information I needed to succeed here. Being in Coshocton, I was trained by many different officers, never experienced racism or discrimination there. They went above and beyond to help me. Sounds like more of a personal thing. You know, whatever it is. In terms of when we look at a situation or investigate a situation, what the regular citizen has to understand is we have to follow the Constitution. We have to have probable cause in order to charge people. We can't go off of hunches. We can't go off reasonable suspicion. We have to have concrete evidence in order to charge people and go after people. So it can't, you know, we have to have that probable cause. So when you talk about we investigated something, somebody was released or let go, when it gets to the legal side and we don't have probable cause, that's something we have to do. We could get sued as a department if we're just breaking the Constitution and just arresting people. Do you understand that part of it?
I understand that. That's exactly why I worked so hard so that I would take the plea deal agreement.
Right.
Because without that plea deal agreement, I could have just as easily went and got me another lawyer like I did the first time.
Right.
And he knew that. But what got me is when I asked him if it was racist or discriminatory, man looked me in my face and shook his head.
Yeah, that I don't know about. I mean, like I said, me personally, I can only speak from my personal experience of being an African American, a black person working here. I've never experienced any racism. I mean, the chief wanted me to come here and work for him. Bishop was my FTO. He's helped me. It says, I know this isn't a quarter case or anything. I just felt like I need to speak up and, you know, because when it comes to racism and discrimination and stuff like that, that's kind of, you know, a reflection of the department. I work here. You know
Well,
what I'm
that's why I
saying?
said, you know, all the other officers, you know, Morgan, you know, I've never had a problem with Morgan. I've never had a problem with you. I've never had a problem with any of the police officers being Coshocton. This is the only one that I've had a problem with. And out of 32 years, I just woke up one day and decided I was going to do a criminal with zero record.
I mean, and I just say that, and I just want to say all that because you term West Lafayette Police Department, you have to take it to an individual, because
All
that's
right.
a reflection of the chief, that's a reflection of.
If you guys can just, like I said, if you can go ahead and fill that out, if you want to stick around for a little bit, we can take care of all the paperwork after the fact, okay?
Don't tell me this, don't take us stopping that as a discrediting you at all again. I want to make sure you understand, we're not discrediting anything you're saying, or even from defense of that as well. We're turning it into something that is a bantering back and forth about why and how, and then you're also potentially putting evidence into the public record that maybe doesn't need to be out there right now until an investigation is taking place. So you're putting that into something that maybe should hold on to until that investigative process takes place. That's kind of protection for you as well.
Yes, sir. I understand that. And the news station made sure to let me know that not to say anything I didn't have proof for.
That's fine. You just gotta remember that it's, you know, we're not the investigating entity at this point. You know, we may have some oversight later if that would be the case, but right now, it's once you put evidence into something that we have no control over. So you need to take that to the chief of police and let them perform their internal investigation on that. And again, it doesn't discredit anything you're saying or even trying to minimize you talking up there. So we just don't want to see you say something or add something that could later become detrimental to you or, you know, any kind of banter between.
Yeah, yes, sir. I appreciate you for looking out for me. Like I said, I knew that I only have 2 to 5 minutes to speak, which is why I wrote it down, you know, and like I said, I knew that I might need the evidence to be able to back up what I was saying.
Yep, and it's nobody's on your lie or anything. It's just there's protective part that comes in here too. We have to watch out for that, you know. So, but we appreciate it being brought to our attention. It's things we didn't know about.
Yes, thank you.
I apologize, I just thought to speak up and not to discredit you either, just.
Oh, yeah, you're good. Like I said, I mean, well, with the forest department, like I said, I gotta go on the breaking and entering.
All right.
If,
I'm gonna move on to the
Yeah,
introduction
we
of
can-
ordinances. Hey, Michael, if you want to stick around, like, if you want to fill that paperwork out. Okay. Okay. Introduction of ordinances and resolutions. 2026-16, a resolution authorizing the fiscal officer and village administrator to execute all documents necessary with Vic Allen Construction LLC for the purpose of repairing sanitary sewer main in the village of West Lafayette. This is the second reading. 2026-17, a resolution authorizing the fiscal officer and or police chief to sign and execute all documents necessary with the Board of Commissioners of Stockton County, Ohio. This is the second reading in an emergency. 2026-18, a resolution to amend the 2026 permanent appropriation ordinance 2025-63, adding funds. This is the second reading in an emergency. 2026-20, a resolution establishing the police fund 217 for the accounting funds for the village of West Lafayette. This is the second reading. 2026-21, a resolution authorizing the fiscal officer and fire chief to execute all documents necessary with the Atlantic Emergency Solutions for the purpose of purchasing fire equipment. This is the second reading.
Make a motion to pay the bills.
Second.
Wow.
Hold it. Okay. Co,
Yes.
Percy,
yes.
Fisher,
Yes.
Yoho.
Yes.
Mauer,
Yes.
Maple.
Yes.
Okay.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Wait.
Sorry. I know we're rushing, we're running late. I'd have just a little bit of other business. I want to read something
Sure.
into the record. Okay, so this is something that came out in an email from the Ohio Municipal League. And I took the time to read over that, and I think it's concerning. It doesn't necessarily affect us now, but it could in the future. And that's why I want to read this. Okay, so before we adjourn, I'd like to take a moment to address a broader issue that impacts every village, town, and city in Ohio. Although this may not affect us at the moment, after reading through it, I felt it important to mention it on record since there be other things that may come along in the future, and we have to be ready now. Senate Bill 63 is what I'm referring to. Senate Bill 63 may not be getting a lot of attention right now, but it should. It sets a precedent. The state set the precedent where the state can condition funding based on whether local government chooses to operate in the way the state prefers. I believe strongly that any village, town, or city should have the autonomy to run its local affairs in a way that best serves its constituents. And that's the people that we represent, not in a way that avoids financial penalties. Autonomy should not come with a price tag, and I'm a big proponent of our ability to be able to manage our community the way we see fit, not the way somebody else decides. Once we give up our authority, we don't have that. When essential funding that supports police, fire, infrastructure, daily operations is used as leverage, it changes the relationship from partnership to pressure. And while this may seem like a narrow issue today, I think it's important to recognize what it represents going forward. When a precedent is set that funding can be tied to compliance, it raises the question of where that approach stops. It isn't something that this isn't just something municipalities should be aware of. County commissioners and other local officials should also be paying attention because decisions at the state level can influence how funds move down through the system and ultimately impact our communities. I would like to ask the state to consider how it would view a similar situation from above if the federal government conditioned funding on whether Ohio adopted certain policies, allowing the state to operate only within those boundaries. The most would recognize that as overreach. Our role here is to serve the people of West Lafayette, and decisions about how we govern should be made here by those closest to the people, not influenced by financial pressure. I believe in working with the state, but not at the expense of local independence. We should be partners, not followers. And if anybody wants to look that up themselves, that's from the Ohio Municipal League. And it's Senate Bill 63 is what I'm referring to.
Yeah.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Yoho,
Yes.
Mauer,
Yes.
Maple,
Yeah.
Coe.
Yeah.
Percy,
Yeah.
Fisher.
Yes.
Okay, we are adjourned.